everybody, good morning and welcome back to Mad Horse Barbecue. My name is Brian, and in today's video we're going to be doing a comparison on the Oklahoma Joe's Bronco Pro and the Gateway drum smoker. I never stop getting questions, and don't get me wrong, I love questions, but one of the most common questions I have gotten since I added the Gateway to my arsenal is which one do I like better? Is it the Bronco Pro or is it the Gateway? Long story short, the Gateway's newer, so of course I like the Gateway better right now. But, that being said, they're very similar types of cookers. They're both barrel style cookers. They're both 55 gallon. Well, this is 55 gallon. I'm sure this maybe holds a little less or a little more, because I'm going to guess a little less than 55 gallons because it is a little more narrow on the bottom, but that doesn't matter because the grill grate and the cooking surface is the same exact on both cookers. And again, I could put a rack of ribs on here, cook them the same exact way, and you're not going to get two pieces of meat that are just, one's not going to be way better than the other. They're probably going to be pretty close to the same. The types of cookers, when it comes to these, really are all about the same. Your meat's on top, your fuel's on the bottom, and you get that good fat, and you get that good sizzle dripping off the, the coals going back up into the meat. Now, some things that might change your flavor would be your fuel. Are you going to use lump? Are you going to use briquettes? What kind of lump are you going to use? What kind of briquettes are you going to use? And are you going to add, chunks of wood to it? So what we're going to do is we're going to do an overview and description on each one, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then at the end of the video, we'll just do a little recap and go from there. So hopefully this video helps you guys and girls out. And let's go ahead and start with the Oklahoma Joe's Bronco Pro. I'll bring you in and I'll show you everything you get in the box. So everything I'm going to go over today, you get right when you do buy it. Full disclosure, Oklahoma Joe's did send me this Bronco Pro with really no stipulations or anything. They just pretty much told me to cook on it, and I live in Minnesota, and I told them, yeah, hell yeah, I'll cook on it in the middle of winter. This thing is a solid performer. Cooked on it in all weather conditions. Absolutely love it. So bring you in, go over to Bronco Pro first. All right, here's the Bronco Pro. Like I said, what you see is what you get. 55 gallon drum smoker is what it is. We'll open it up. Right away, you'll notice you do get a grill grate with it, which you get grill grates with pretty much, I don't know of a single grill you buy you don't get a grate with. But here's the grate. This is a porcelain enamel or a porcelain lined grill grate, I believe. It's really nice. It's heavy duty, nice and thick. I've cooked on it a lot. And what's nice about these is they're really easy to clean. And again, right away, the next thing that's going to come out is your heat deflector. This is also included with the Bronco Pro. Really nice addition because not all drum style smokers include the deflector. This one does. You can see I used to use it a lot, and I don't really use it all that much anymore, but that comes with the smoker. So, really good feature. And since we are in the drum, another thing that comes right with it, standard with the Bronco Pro, is these little hangers here. And what they do is they go in the grill grate tabs, because your grill grate sits on these tabs and then there's a lower one. But they kind of sit right in here. And they lock right into place. You can position them kind of however you want, but so these come with it, and also what also comes with it is your hooks. This is how you're going to use this smoker if you want to hang food. And it's nice because, again, a lot of smokers don't come with this attachment. Like, one that comes to mind is your Weber Smoky Mountain. Weber Smoky Mountain. I don't think Weber sells a rib rack or the rib hanger or meat hanger, but they should because they'd make some money on it. But there are companies that sell it. You got to buy it extra. Oklahoma Joe's Bronco Pro comes with 3 hangers, 3 rods, and 9 hooks. So it comes with, 3 hooks per rod. You could buy more because you could probably fit, you could fit 12 racks of ribs on there. You could fit 9 half chickens easy. You could probably even fit 12 half chickens easy. I have used the hangers before, and to me, when it comes to these, one of my favorite things to do on a drum style smoker is hang a half a chicken right over the coals. It's just outstanding flavor. So again, rib hanger or the meat hangers come with it. I will take you inside of the drum. This is a 3-part, technically it's 4-part ash basket. So, or your charcoal system or whatever you want to call it, but it's 4 different parts. The first part is obviously going to be your coal basket. Your grate in here is removable. I don't really like that. I don't really have a need to ever take that out. So it would have been nice if they just would have affixed that right to the basket, because when I go to dump it out, it does come out, and it's kind of a pain in the butt, but, you just kind of deal with it. So yeah. Then the next part that comes out, this is your ash pan. And you can see that your ash pan has holes in it. And that is because of the way the intake is vented on this thing. I'll go over that in a sec. But this is really nice too, because when you put your charcoal, in your basket, all the ash and everything goes right into that pan, so you don't have the mess at the bottom of the barrel. So that's also a very nice feature. Then the last part of this, system is this little, I don't know what you want to call it. It's kind of just like a standoff. You notice the bottom of my barrel is lined. This is some clay-free, this is some clay scent-free kitty litter. I run it in my gateway. I run it in my pit barrel. I run it in here. I run it in my homemade UDS. It's just so, it makes it for a lot easier cleanup. And it's, you know, keeping these insides of these drums clean is relatively important. You know, you might have people say that, you know, all the gunk and stuff builds up and it adds flavor. It really doesn't, but if that's your thing, you know, don't clean it. But I like to clean these out probably once every 2 or 3 cooks. But this is just, it kind of just sits right here, and then your ash pan goes there, and you can see that gaping hole right in the middle. This thing is, you know, vented just in one spot. So when it comes to temp control on this Oklahoma Joe's Bronco Pro, it takes a little while longer to get up to temp than your gateway does, because your gateway has 2 intakes. But I'll tell you what, this thing holds temps just ridiculously good. Like, I see a lot of people put like the third-party like blowers on here and temp control units. Again, if that's your thing, you go right ahead. I have a Barbecue Guru. I have never seen the need to use it on any of my drums. I've used it on my WSMs back in the day, but then I kind of just learned how to, well, you kind of learn fire management, and you kind of learn how to adjust your vents to get your temps where you want, and how to get your temps where you want them to stay. And once you can learn that, there's really no need to have that third-party thing in there. So, yeah, again, you know, there's your standoff ring. The holes are in there, so the air coming from the bottom can go right in it. There's your ash pan. There's your grate, or there's your charcoal basket. Ash pan can go in next if you want. I use this thing for competition. When I bring it to competitions, I bring the deflector plate, even though I don't use it, but it still comes with me. And then there is your charcoal grate. So let's go ahead and close this thing down and go over some things on the outside of the grill. All right, we'll go over to the outside of the cooker. It comes with your temp gauge. Temp gauge is pretty much POS, pretty much a piece of crap. This is the only cooker in my arsenal that I use for comps that I actually use a ThermalWorks Smoke X4 on to monitor my temps, just because this thing's usually like 70 or 80 degrees off at a time. So I don't like it, but it's there for aesthetics, I guess. You got your Oklahoma Joe's nameplate. You know, trademark Oklahoma Joe's there is their big wagon wheels. Got your 1 intake, you know, it's numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. Usually, for me, when I'm running this thing chimney wide open. And then this is usually, once I get to the temps where I want, it's usually at about a 2 to a 1.5, and it'll hold right where I want. Nice side shelf. I put those hooks on there because it is nice to have some hooks to hang your utensils from. Go to the back. See, this one, obviously, the lid is hinged, which I really enjoy having a lid hinge. Got a spot for your logo right there. I painted it gray because I had a Mad Horse decal on there, but I put it on crooked and it drove me nuts, so I took it off and then it left an outline, so I just kind of sanded it and painted it. I might paint this whole cooker that color, I don't know yet. That's just a WSM grommet. I added that myself. Don't really use it. Well, correction, no, I do use it because I stick my my internal PT to monitor the inside of the grill in that bottom hole, and it just sits right there, and that's how I control the temps. You know, and then you got your, you know, your side handle here too. What I see a lot of people do is a lot of people buy another one of these side shelves, and then they actually put side shelves on both of them. I've thought about doing it, and I might end up doing it, but I haven't done it yet. And I think that's about it. Last but not least, one other thing that did come with this cooker, I don't know if it comes standard, but it came with the Bronco Pro they sent me. Is it came with this nice heavy duty cover. And you know what, anytime a grill includes a cover, I don't really give a crap about the quality of the cover. It's still nice they include one for free. I store my grills in my garage, and when I'm not using them for months at a time, I'll cover them just if I do any woodworking or any painting in the garage. That way I don't get overspray on it. You know, but again, there's a cover, and I think it's a really nice cover for, you know, being included with the grill. That is going to wrap up the description of the Bronco Pro. So let's go ahead and move on to the gateway. All right, here is the gateway. Like I said, this is the 55-gallon straight up matte gray. This is my favorite colored one. I do, disclaimer, I have another one I just bought. It should be here next week. I bought the matte black because, well, I like gateways. I'm a big fan of gateways. gateways. And that's all I'll say about that for now. But like I said, the main difference you can see in this is it's got the 2 intakes, you know, and you know, besides Oklahoma Joe having 1 intake, when you start using this thing, it might seem a little difficult to control your temps, but I'll tell you what, it gets real easy real quick, and these tend to be pretty damn close to a set and forget it grill. You can see it's got the temp gauge nameplate, the chimney here. Again, I ride that, you know, when I'm using this, it's always wide open. You know, I could dang near take off the little flapper there and just put it on at the end. It's, you know, when I'm choking it out. But nice handle here. No hinge, but you know, that's not a deal breaker. But it's got a little, got a lid catch, and it goes just like that. All right, and we'll go over what you get with this. You obviously get your standard. This is the Gateway Drum Smoker Grill Grate. It comes with it. You get your coal basket, and right away, you know, the thing I like more about this coal basket is the grate is affixed to it. So when you go to dump your coals out, the grate stays in. And again, it's got a spot here. You know, this is for your ash catch. Some does get out, but it's not that big of a deal. So I do like this basket quite a bit better. And the last thing in here is like it's a little heat diffuser. You can see that the heat diffuser is notched out here and here, and that is for the 2 intakes, because the intakes on this come into the drum a little bit. So it's pretty nice. Protects the, you know, obviously protects the paint coating on there, but it also directs the heat right to the basket and not to the entire drum. And then again, you can see I run that same clay scent-free kitty litter in here, and it's just for, you know, easier cleanup. And it, you know, it makes for, to me, it makes for a better tasting food when that steam, you know, like when the grease isn't dripping off of a hot surface. But it's pretty much in there for easy cleanup. Go ahead and put this thing back together. Diffuser, basket, grill grate, and lid. All right, and that's pretty much all. And one other thing that's included is the wheels. This thing does move really easy. I do like the wheels on drums because it just makes them easier to move around, and you don't gotta lift them. But yeah, you know, you can probably tell that you don't get nearly as much stuff with the Gateway as you do with the Bronco Pro. The Gateway, you get the drum, you get the wheels, you get a grill grate, you get your heat deflector on the bottom that, you know, that your coal basket sits right inside of. So yeah, that should be good for the description here. All right, here we go. Finish this video up. 2 cookers side by side yet again. My favorite grill right now is my Gateway. You know, like I said in the beginning of the video, I have, you know, it's a lot newer to me than the Bronco Pro is. I wouldn't say it outperforms the Bronco Pro in terms of the food it can put out, but it just is newer to me, and I'm really getting into competitions. So the biggest pro to this, besides just, you know, its overall look and aesthetics, I do think the Oklahoma Joe's Bronco Pro looks good too, but the biggest thing for me is the weight of this. I can easily get this into the tailgate of my truck on my own, and you can be smart about it too. You know, you can take your lid off, put your lid in separate, take all the innards out, and just put the barrel in, and you can easily lift the barrel up by yourself. With the Bronco Pro, you can't quite do that because you'd have to unbolt some stuff, and I can tell you right now, you'd probably give yourself a hernia trying to lift this up into the bed of a truck, and I wouldn't recommend it. But that's not, you know, it's just the difference in the 2 types of cookers, to be honest with you, because this is a beast, and this is a smaller version of a beast, one could say, I guess. But it is really nice for those of you guys and girls that just want to buy a cooker and you want to hang meat, you want to have a deflector. You can do that when you buy the Bronco Pro. This one's $6.99, this one's $8.99, so there's a $200 difference there. I don't think you can buy the Bronco Pro. I've never seen it in a store. I think this is online purchase only. Most barbecue stores, well, let me change that. I have to drive an hour and a half to get to a barbecue store, and it's in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. They carry Gateways, so if I wanted to buy another Gateway that I didn't want to order it and wait for it, I was just there today. I was literally this close to buying another Gateway, but I have one on the way that'll give me 2, and I don't know, my eventual goal for, you know, my KCBS comps is probably to run all Gateways, because I'm thinking about getting a camper, and then I can get 4 of these drums in the back of my pickup truck, easy squeezy. So it's just a weight thing for me. But again, just, you know, do your research, buy what you want. I'm definitely going to be putting a lot more videos out cooking on the, you know, on the Gateway. I have quite a few already on the Bronco Pro, but I think the true test for the Gateway is going to be how it's going to be, how does it run during the winter and in blizzards and things like that. Because I already know that Bronco Pro just, it's a tank, you know, chug-a-lug-a-lug. It just purrs right along no matter what the weather is. It doesn't care if it's snowing out. It doesn't care if it's a thunderstorm out. It doesn't care if it's a blizzard out, ice storm, anything. This thing's gonna cook all the dang time. And I have had the same luck with this. I've cooked on this in the pouring rain. Just haven't cooked on it in cold temps yet. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But again, I think they're gonna operate really, really, really similar. You know, charcoal basket capacity, I believe, is like, they're pretty close to like 17 pounds, but I think that's going to be briquette because you're going to fit less lump in there, I think. But I'd say you could probably run these things at 300 for pretty close to the same amount of time. I think you probably get 6 to 8 hours of burn time on a full bowl, on a full basket of lump charcoal on these. And that should be, I mean, if you're cooking at 300, that's pretty much plenty for everything that you're going to be cooking. You know, you'll be able to get everything done in that amount of time for the most part. Unless you're cooking this like a huge brisket and it's just being stubborn as hell. And that's about all I got. Right off the bat, I feel myself talking really fast in this video, and that's something also I've been trying to work on. Sometimes I just get so jacked and I just go ba 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 ba, and I tell myself to slow down, but it always doesn't happen. So again, if I talk too fast and you guys are having a hard time understanding me, I apologize. It's something that I've been working on, well, since I've had the YouTube channel, and it hasn't. I think it's gotten a little better, but then every once in a while I get really excited about stuff and just ba 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 ba. So, you know, besides that, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. You guys and girls, if you like this video, I'd sure appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. Shoot me a thumbs up. Leave me a message, because I'm a guy who likes to buy grills, smoke meat, and drink Busch Light. So you guys and girls, have a good day. We'll see you next time.